My Summer Car is a game based in 1995's Finland.
Wait, what? This is just the intro for the first video. Why the hell is this here? Explain yourself, May.
Sorry, I didn't have any better ideas for the intro to part 2.
Dude, how lazy are you?
I'm sorry, okay?
Whatever. I'll just make one myself.
Wait, what are you doing? What the hell? How are you doing this?
I learned to edit myself because you're just too slow.
What? How is that even possible?
That just does not matter. Why aren't you focused on me yet? We need to make a video, remember?
Okay, sorry.
Alright, welcome everyone. If you missed the first part, I highly suggest you go watch it now to catch up on everything that happened before. Why are you still here? Go watch the first part. Like, right now. You're going to miss out on a lot of things if you keep watching. Well, whatever. Seems like none of you care, so I'll just continue. Previously, I left off on the Satsuma being, well, let's just say, drivable. And since the rally is one of the main goals in this game, my aim now is to have it compete in it. But to do that, I'll have to get new parts and make it even faster. Yeah, this episode is gonna get grindy, so make yourself comfortable, grab some snacks, maybe a drink, cause we're in for a bumpy, stress-induced, and a crime-filled ride. This is My Summer Car Experience, Part 2.
As some of you may remember, I left off the first episode on me finally being able to drive the Satsuma, but I left out some important details. As for one, that drive wasn't just a simple test of the car. I was actually driving to the drunk guy to sell him more Kyoryu. After selling everything, I went to Flatari to get a new alternator. Well, a lot of you guys said that the alternator wasn't the problem, but just the car starting on a cold engine that drained my battery. I still went to get a new one because it was clearly dying. Also, I'm sorry for the way I drive. As the video goes on, I get better at changing the gears, I promise. After, I went to Timo's to refuel the car and to check what he was selling. I ended up getting some sugar and some yeast, though that wasn't a well thought out decision because I had a shit ton of it already. Back home, I wanted to deliver the fish I caught to Grandma, but I kind of just forgot where I put them, so I went back to the pond to get some more.
Mighty haul, but I've got no clue what happened to my previous fish.
And since I basically gave up on getting some decent money, I got them straight to my grandma. But I wasn't patient enough and thought that she wasn't going to give me the money. So I pretty much just gave away the fish to her. While driving back, the car seemed to start jerking back and forth, but I managed to drive it back home. At the time, I didn't know what the problem was, so I hoisted the engine to see if the pistons were failing. But they were fine. So after a bit of googling, I figured out that it was the gas pump that was failing. What's worse is when I checked the job map, I didn't even complete the fish task. So I would have to go get even more fish in the future.
I fucking hate fish!
Now all that was left was to put the engine back into the car, get the half shafts in since they broke off, rewire the starter, and take off the gas pump. That was easier said than done. I completely forgot how to put everything back in the Satsuma, so to spare you the pain of having to experience the process of me trying to get everything in, I'll only show you the most memorable parts of it all. Dude, what the f***? Oh my f***ing god, what is going on? Dude. Where's the negative terminal? What the f*** is going on with this car? What have I done to f*** it up so bad? Oh, I need to fucking figure out the wiring tutorial again. I just wanted to see what was wrong with it. Oh man. But after hours of work and lost footage, I managed to put everything in. So to calm my nerves, I decided to go buy a new gas pump, order an AFR gauge with a ratchet set, and pick up some free goodies that are literally a few meters away from tutorial. Thank you, brother. After I got everything in the van, I went over to Timo's to deliver the order. And to buy some food.
Hyvin pärjäsikö sitten toi?
Oh no. Back home, I put in the gas pump, the new steering wheel. Already, this interior looks better. Rocker cover. Yo. Rewired the starter, put in the wheels. And went to sleep. Next morning, I realigned the Satsuma and went to Timo's to get some more juice bottles. Here's how that went. Ah, man. What? The fucking battery. Oh no. Oh, it's the phone frame. Uh-oh. Come on. Flip. Yeah. Alright. Apart from the roof, it's fine. After I got the juice, I decided to check out the inspection shop to see what I needed to do to make my Satsuma road legal. Okay, let's just see what I need. Is that how people really inspect cars?
Oot sä melkoinen seppä, jos sitten tytär naimista saa. Mä pysty enää sanoa mitään. Niin.
Apparently, I only needed to get the warning triangle and to fix the emissions, which are caused by a bad carburetor tune. Back home, I tried tuning the carburetor without the AFR gauge. After that, I went to eat some food, but take a look at the fridge. Notice anything weird? It's off, and the water wasn't even running. But for some reason, I just decided to ignore it. If you don't understand why I'm talking about this, here's the definition of foreshadowing. After drinking beer instead of water, I grabbed the triangle, put it in the Satsuma, and ended the day. Next morning, I put back the air filter for the carburetor, and right after, Timo called, telling me that my order had arrived. Nice. So before going out, I filled up more Kilyu. And went to sell it. Because of an update that released somewhat recently, I was forced to drink with a drunk guy if I wanted to sell it to him. So I basically drove to Timo completely under the influence. I also wanted to try out a different route to Timo. Instead of the dirt roads, I drove on the highway. At Timo, I paid for the order and also got a job to deliver a few adverts. So to pass some time, I decided to do it. After a bit of driving, I realized that my fuel gauge was pretty low. I need fuel. So I had to drive back to Timo's to get more fuel. Whoa, 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 why is the engine steaming? Thankfully, he was still open. Why won't it open? Wait, was this note always there? I'm a fucking idiot.
Tervetuloa te...
While driving to one of the mailboxes, I crashed the Sauna, which made the muffler fall out. Ah, shit. I couldn't put it back in, so I was pretty much stuck with having to hear the raw exhaust sound until I got home. Oh my fucking god, bruh. Back home, I managed to hook up the AFR gauge, and since my eardrums basically became non-existent from how loud the car was, I kind of just forgot to put the muffler back in. So I tuned the carburetor without it on. After I properly tuned it, I went to sleep. Until I got woken up by the drunk guy asking to be driven home from the pub. I didn't have much else to do, so I agreed. By the way, I still haven't gotten the muffler on the car yet, so I was basically driving to him while my ears were bleeding. I hope he didn't stand my seats. So, after completing his request, I drove back home. You fucking idiot. Went to have some food and noticed that it all spoiled. They fucking spoiled. No. Oh no. So here I was, stuck on a Saturday morning, having nothing to eat. Well, guess I'm fucked.
You thought?
After a bit of desperate googling, I found out that you can use the sauna stove as a grill.
But Ignis, all of your sausages are spoiled.
The thing I expressed my absolute hate for is going to be the thing that saves me. but I needed to see it for myself. So I put back the muffler and rushed to the lake to get the fish. You don't understand how nervous I was driving there. I had so many questions racing through me, like how many fish are going to be in that net? Will the fish even cook? And does pee actually come from the balls? When I got to the net, I found 3 fish. Now all I needed to do is drive back and cook them. Back home, I turned up the sauna and waited till it got hot. Is it even rising? I put the fish on the stove and it sizzled. Oh, it's grilling. The fish was cooking, and just in time because my beer was running out and I was relatively close to starving. I cooked the rest of the fish, put them in the fridge, waited till it got dark, and went to sleep. Next morning, I woke up to a phone call from Grandma asking to be driven to church. So I got in my car, and while starting the engine, the white smoke coming from the engine bay was pretty obvious not to notice. So instead of using the Satsuma, I decided to take the van instead, and when I got to Grandma, she refused to enter it. Will you not get in the van? Oh, okay then. I still decided to drive to Timo's because I had a beer case next to the shop, just in case I needed it. So I took it and drove back home, where I decided to work on the Satsuma. My plan for the car was to get a new head gasket, but when I noticed that one of the pistons was black, I decided to get new ones. And also a bunch of other stuff. I mean, I had the engine almost completely disassembled, so why not get new parts and basically make everything easier for me? What I decided to replace was the head gasket, pistons, crankshaft, water pump, and the starter. But after checking Fleetari's prices on the wiki, I realized that these parts would cost slightly over 3,000 Finnish marks. I didn't have enough money. So I decided to go chop some logs in case that guy requested it again. Also, thanks to the people who pointed out that the game wasn't in fact glitched, but the axe hitbox was weird and I was just too close to the logs. After a while, I went back home and ended Sunday. Next morning, I went back to finish filling up the trailer with firewood. After, I decided to go buy some food. And earn a bit of money. This time, through shit collecting. This was the first time I ever did this job, so I kind of struggled just to start the truck. But once I did, I went to one of the houses and started sucking. After finishing my job, I tried to put back the hose in the truck, but because I'm a fucking idiot, I pulled the valve to release the shit back on the ground. No, 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 no. This wasn't good. But since I couldn't do anything about it, I continued working the entire day and slept in the truck. Next morning, I woke up and continued sucking. Nice. Money. After that, I decided to finish up my job by going back to town to empty out the truck. While heading over to Timo's, I noticed him on the ground. From what I understand, he got ran over.
God damn!
I was this close to doing something I would regret later. But since he was taking a nap, I decided to go to Vitari's to get new parts. And once I did, I went home where I got the call for firewood. After that, I went to rebuild the engine with the fresh parts. I also noticed that all my food spoiled. Again. Since, you know, it wasn't in the fridge the entire day. Are you fucking kidding me? Thankfully, I had bought chips in case the weekend scenario happened again. After putting everything back in the car, I noticed that the battery went flat.
Yup, it died.
Since it was getting kind of late, I decided to just watch TV till it got dark, and then went to bed. Next morning, I got a phone call from the drunk guy asking to be taken home again. So I took my van and went to pick him up. But once I got to him, some stuff came up and I had to quit the game for the day. Phew, that took a while. Let's check on the drunk guy. So, where were we, huh? Fuck. So, I decided to go to Timo's instead to buy a battery and some paint. I wanted to ditch the rusty look of my car and make it look nicer. After, I went back home, but before that, I drove over to the junkyard. I figured out that you can get a sofa there, which, if you store it in the van, it can give you the ability to sleep in it. And also kill you auto spawn there. Okay, there it is. So I took everything and went back home where I painted the car. I think it turned out pretty nice. Hey, don't look there. I also started to ferment more kill you since I ran out. Sit patiently and wait. After that, I went back to the garage to put in the battery and test out the car. It ran absolutely fine, which of course is to be expected. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened on Wednesday. Next morning, I put the mud flaps on my car to make it look that extra bit nicer. Then, I got on my tractor to get the trailer and deliver the logs. After, I went home and parked the trailer back in the log shed. Since I didn't have much else to do, I decided to finish delivering the adverts Timo gave me. After finishing the job, I got some more food, sugar, cigarettes, a spare battery, and filled up my diesel can for the tractor. After, I went back to the shit truck to suck out some houses, since I missed a few the last time I did it. I also filled up the truck a bit more. After finishing everything, I got back in the Satsuma and drove home. Where my kitchen fuse died because of the rain, so to keep the fridge running for the time being, I replaced it with a shower fuse and ended the day. Next morning, I refueled the tractor and went to Flatori's to get a new clutch since it was failing. With the new clutch in, I drove over to Timo's to get fuses, some brake fluid, and motor oil in case I ran out. I also went to deliver Timo adverts again. But while delivering to one of the mailboxes, I noticed a trail going deep into the woods. This piqued my interest, so I went over to check it out. What I found there was a shack and a garage. In that shack was a dude that had big hands, who I could gamble with. The game he plays is Venti, which is kind of a weird spin-off of Blackjack. So I decided to check it out by playing a few games. But I got a bit too into the game, losing a bunch, what the f***, how is this a 7? And winning a bunch too. In the end, I managed to break even and get absolutely plastered while doing it. So after that, I continued delivering the posters, and when checking my mailbox, I noticed a fine. For 32,000 marks. I am fucked. Remember the part where I dumped all the shit back into the guy's driveway? Yeah, seems like that's very much illegal. Well, having learned that I am neck deep in shit, pun intended, I went back home to put in the new fuses and ended the day awaiting a knock at my door. But there was no one. That meant that I still had some time. Thankfully the Kilyu finished brewing and I could sell it. So I got everything in the car. But before going to sell the Kilyu, I decided to finish delivering the Timo ads. On the highway, I smashed the pedal to the floor. I really needed to get the money, and fast. I was hoping to get more by playing Venti. Oh my fucking god. Out of all the shit that happened to me, this one's probably the worst. So I was pretty much stranded in the middle of nowhere with 2 broken pistons, a case of beer, and a bunch of illegally brewed sugar wine in my trunk. So, will I starve to death while trying to reach home? Get busted over the unpaid fines? Or will I manage to reach home and repair my car? Find out in the next episode. Yeah, cliffhangers suck and all that, but the episode is already this fucking long, so to not miss the next one that might come out in around half a year, I suggest you subscribe to the channel. Anyway, let me know what you thought about this video, and I'll see you later. Maybe.